Hey, what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it, and we hope you enjoy it. Let's talk about yesterday's ReliaQuest Bowl, LSU, Wisconsin. And I think the conversation starts with Garrett Nussmeier. And look, Nussmeier was fantastic from a statistical standpoint, obviously, right? 31 of 45, 395 through the air, 3 touchdowns. Overwhelmingly good statistically, considering that that's your first start. But I don't actually care about the statistics that much, or that's not what I will remember from yesterday, or what stands out most to me. To me, it is Garrett Nussmeier's situational play, because and then obviously, that's the main deal here. It's not the only deal, but the main deal here is that 98-yard drive to get that ball back, 6:10 left, the form that your defense has been in all day. With 98 yards to go, you know this is likely your final opportunity to try to go win this game. And so for this to be your first start, and you have so much narrative riding on this, you have a lot of hard work riding on your shoulders, a 10-win season all of a sudden up in the air. All of your goals, all your career really has been leading you to this moment. And if you win this game, everybody's going to champion you throughout the offseason and cheer for you and be like, okay, yeah, this is our guy. If you don't get it done and you lose, your offseason will be filled with question marks and tough questions and challenges, and really the entire team and program entire offseason will be tinged with self-doubt and criticism and kind of bad vibes, and staring down that mountain worth of narrative and staring down 98 yards. And I talked about this on Whiskey and Wine, but I think it's hard to really appreciate all the time just how field position really feels when you're out there on the field. I cannot tell you, when you start a drive at like your opponent's 45, it's one of the best feelings in the world. It feels like you have almost no work to go. You can clearly see the end zone. It's getting closer and closer. When you start and it's 98, it really does look like the Green Mile. Like you gotta I don't know how we're gonna get all the way over there, and that's in the game isn't on the line. So to have that moment, that situation arise, and then to step up in the ways that he did, chunk plays, 8 plays, 98 yards, was simply fantastic and really just rubber stamped. That he is in firm control of this job going forward, and that he should be the guy next year. And it wasn't just that though, right? There's the getting down 14-0 before coming back to tie it up. I love so you come back, you tied up 14-14, right? But then the defense immediately gives up a score before half. Nuss pressing a little bit, trying to sneak in a score before half, like we saw Jaden Daniels do so many times this year, throws that pick. And then Wisconsin, and that's when the defense actually has a nice stand. We'll get to defense, we do. But then Wisconsin goes back, and they open up the second half with a very easy touchdown drive, and all of a sudden, you're down 28-14, and last time you were on the field, you threw a pick. And so again, situationally, that's a back-against-the-wall moment. If that lead had gotten any bigger for Wisconsin, they will win that game. It's the second half. You don't have time to play around. And so situationally, to come back and find ways to score, tie it up at 28, just fantastic. So again, the stats are awesome. Make no mistake. 31 of 45, 395, 3 touchdowns, all awesome. But it's not the stats that I care about as much as what he did in the most high-pressure moments, in the biggest moments where everything was on the line and everything was on his shoulders, and you saw a more refined and prepared Garrett Nussmeier than you've ever seen before, because he was finally given that opportunity to operate as QB1, right? He maintained like that gunslinger energy that we're always talking about, that just uber confidence, he maintained that, and that's how he was able to deal with the situations like being down 14 in the second half or having to go 98 yards of the game on the line. But again, it was much more refined and under control, and there weren't bad throws. Like bad decisions, right? So Garrett Nussmeier was awesome, and I think it's a very exciting debut. And now the LSU program gets to champion things like back-to-back 10-win seasons. Kelly in the postgame was really adamant that he feels like with these last 2 years, and he didn't shy away from how big this win was and how badly they needed it. But how, when you have back-to-back 10-win seasons and after what you took over, which objectively it is better. Brian Kelly took over LSU. You were a sub-500 team over a 2-year sample size. Like, that's not fluky. That's a program that's in a bit of trouble. And that's somewhere where you had not been in 20 years, since the late 90s, since pre-Les Miles was the last time you would have turned in back-to-back seasons that poor. And so to take that over and now immediately have 2 10-win seasons, a Heisman Trophy, 2 bowl wins, a win over Alabama in there, an SC West win, like, that's good. That is really good. And as Kelly said yesterday, that is a great foundation on which to build the future. But now it is time for the future. Right now it's time to take those next steps and try to bring things up to a championship level. And with Garrett Nussmeier offensively, I certainly think he's capable. But then you arrive at the other side of the ball. And it's like that Bill Plaschke headline after USC San Jose to open the season, where it was something along the lines of, there's no defense for this damn defense. And it's not good. Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.